Bang, 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 bang. We back. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Back with another reaction video. Um it was an old video though. Listen, it's an old video that I peeped like a couple years back, a few years ago. But I went back and rewatched it just cause, I just like studying shit. I just like watching shit. And sometimes when you go back and look at shit, you get new shit. You know what I'm saying? You get new information, you get a new perspective, new insight on it. So it was this video, right? It was a little clip basically from this documentary that's called I'm Not Your Negro, right? So I really just wanted to go through and just watch that again. And point out some key elements in this little documentary, man. Like it's a small clip, it's like a 20-minute clip. So, you know what I'm saying? Just bear with me. Bear with me while we get this loaded up. So, you know what I'm saying? Another reaction video, you know what I mean? We're gonna be rolling out Raw Therapy episodes officially probably in the next, I want to say not even probably, but in the next month or so. We got some stuff in the works, got some stuff in the archives that we putting together. But let's get into this video real quick. And then yeah, we're gonna have you know some insight, some comments on it. In between I may pause it a few times, so just bear with me. You know what I mean? Interjections. You know what I mean? Don't mind me too much, but let's get this rolling on this. Hold on. First of all, let's go back on that. Let's see. What the fuck did that just say? What the fuck did that just say? This should say the average Negro wage earner today. This is back in I don't even know what year this is, but the video say 1954. So I'm not too sure if this footage is from that actual year or a couple years prior. But listen to this shit. The average Negro wage earner today gets 4 times more money than a few years ago. The Secretary of Commerce of the United States said today his income was increased more rapidly than the income of all other Americans. The Commerce Secretary said he pointed out the family income of the Negro is today at a record high. Keep note of that, man. Keep note of that.
Well, move that over there. Why don't you?
It's fucking apple
You got the
juice.
level on that, Joe?
Hey, how's this video coming through?
Are the lights hot enough?
Don't forget to dolly in close.
All right, be sure and stay clear of number 2 camera, and all set. Stand by.
Oh, let's see if we can skip past some of this bullshit. Whoa. If you watching this right now, Google this right here. Google this right here. Google this shit right here. MCM LIV. Google that. And then Google this right here. Johnson's Publishing Co. Inc. Publishing Co. Inc. Pay attention, man. Just pay attention, man. I'm gonna give y'all a breakdown of this shit. And I'm gonna show y'all what I be seeing when I be watching things out here. Cause I be telling people, see, people think I'm crazy. And they think I'm a conspiracy theorist. Wow. Nah. A lot of stuff be right in your face. The thing is out here, they cause a lot of distraction so you don't see it. But let's keep this video going. My fault to keep pausing this though. My fault to keep up. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Presented by the cooperation of the Johnson's Publishing Co. Inc. Publishers of Ebony, Tan, Jet, and Hue. If y'all don't know what ebony is and what tan is and what jet is and what hue is, if y'all don't know what that is, these are magazines, bro. These are magazines that cater to the black culture. So magazines that we don't even own, like our culture don't own these. Like, just think about it. How big was Ebony? Think about it. How big is Jet magazine in the 90s? And this is how you know. Like, look at this. Look at this. It's all look, Ebony, bro, tan, jet black. Think about this stuff, man. Hue, colored people. Think about this stuff, man. They play with us right in our face. Hold on. I think we about to get into it. This is, I know it's a lot. This punk ass intro, but look what we found in the intro though.
I'm Bob Trout.
All right, here we go.
I've got a story here that I think is big, really big, because it's bound to have a terrific impact on business. I'm talking about a new market, a big new market, millions upon millions of new prospects.
Mind you, this 1954, but just keep the comparison, 1954 to 2022. Just pay attention.
With $15 billion to spend.
Just make sure y'all paying
right.
attention.
I said $15 billion. That's a lot of money, isn't it? The surprising thing is that it's a fresh market, still full of opportunities. It grew up so fast, got so big in a hurry, that few of us realize its scope. Now, these days, nobody's likely to pass up chances to sell. And yet right here in our own front yard, there's a neglected market. There's money waiting to be spent. To get the story of this market, to be able to tell you the secret of selling the Negro, we did a lot of digging. We talked to leading businessmen, to customers, and to salesmen. We went to Washington, D.C. We set up cameras and other key points around the nation.
Study cases. I told you, they study our culture. They study us. They know more about us and understand more about us as black people, hood culture, hip hop culture, whatever you want to label us. They know more about us than we know, because why? They sit back and they do research on us that we don't do.
And out of this all, there emerged a story, the story of a new market. Yes, this is the market we're talking about, the new Negro family. Their name is Wells or Wilson, Smith or Brown or Alexander or Breen. They live in Chicago, in Atlanta or New York,
This shit.
in Detroit,
You forgot
St. Louis,
Smith's,
Los
Jones.
Angeles, any one of 1,000 cities and towns.
You forgot that.
All over the country, families such as this are enjoying new prosperity. They have new interests, new standards of living, a buying power they've never enjoyed before. There are good prospects for practically all types of goods and services.
Middle class blacks.
All too often, though, they're overlooked prospects. Why? Because of some good, valid reason? No. They're overlooked because of mistaken ideas, because of out-of-date ideas about how the Negro lives and how he buys. The truth of the matter is that the Negro lives pretty much the same as other folks.
Yeah, so basically what they saying is white people didn't respect us in our way of living. So they let us out of slavery, let us go when we get into like Jim Crow laws and all of this other extra stuff. But those years in between, I guess from this point, at this point right here, we rising up to the middle class citizens right now. And this is where they starting to recognize us, because it's buying power at this point. Pay attention.
He buys pretty much the same way, too. But just the same, a lot of old doubts and opinions keep cropping up over and over again.
It's apple juice, man.
I don't like to do business with Negroes. They're drifters. You can't keep track of them.
Wow.
Yes, although a lot of people think that way, the truth is that 1 out of every 3 Negro families living in cities today owns its own home. That figure comes directly from the United States Bureau of Census.
Hey, yo, at this point, we're Mexicans. We're Mexicans. As black people in America at this point in 1954 or whatever this year was, we're Mexicans, bro. Think about it. We're Mexican people.
Maybe so, but Negroes are poor credit risks.
Wow.
Not more of a credit risk than any other group. Actually, the Negro homebuyer meets his payments faithfully, often more faithfully than other race groups in the same economic level. That's the
Wow.
information we got from people who ought to know.
Don't believe propaganda, man.
The National Association of Real Estate Boards.
Well, maybe, but I've always heard that Negroes buy shoddy, poor quality merchandise.
No, it's just the other way around. According to leading researchers, in proportion to population and
That's how-
income, Negroes
That's how white people talk amongst
buy
each
more
other.
quality products than any other comparable United States group. You see, there are a lot
It's a reason for that.
of confused notions about the Negro customer. But when you dig right down and find out about them, they just don't hold water. Negroes own homes. They meet their payments faithfully. They buy good brands of merchandise. So why let a lot of old-fashioned ideas hurt profits? Take a look at the real facts. Here in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, some amazing facts and figures about this new market have been uncovered. For a first-hand report,
This
we would
corporate
like to
America,
introduce
man. This is
the
this is
United
corporate
States
America for
Department
you.
of Commerce to hear this story from the Secretary of Commerce himself. Here is the Honorable Sinclair Weeks, the Secretary of Commerce of the United States.
In the Department of Commerce,
This
we are
motherfucker.
constantly alert to trends that mean
Yeah, this-
a healthier national economy.
This
Better
fuck
business
face.
for the nation as a whole. Recently, we have been interested in a rising young market, one that represents a huge potential for goods and services. I'm referring to
Yo,
the new Negro.
he look like he don't give a fuck about nothing but fucking greenbacks, nigga. Making money, nigga. He don't give a fuck, nigga. Whatever make that bread, he gonna try to get it. He don't give a fuck, Negro.
market. The tremendous buying power of this group is backed, of course, by an
Yo just got that look in his eyes. Just look at him. Just look at him. He look like he don't give a fuck. Nigga with the money. Nigga with the money at. Nigga with the money. That's what his face look like. Just, man, I don't care. Listen, we just gotta make this business happen. Look at this.
increased earning power. The average Negro family's income is at a record high. In fact, since 1939,
My fault.
it has increased more than the average income of all other Americans. Just take a look at a few figures. An official Department of Commerce report shows that at least 1/3 of the Negroes living in cities earn from $2,000 to $5,000 a year. Today, the average Negro wage earner brings home a paycheck 4 times larger than the one he collected in 1939. As a whole, the Negro market has a total income of about $15 billion every year. And after taxes, Negro families still have many billions of dollars to spend. Here
Wow.
is a buying power that cannot help
This is-
but
this
have
is
a
in
tremendous
1954,
effect on
bro.
our national economy and on business prosperity in general. When these dollars are spent for a wide range of goods, services, and employment, business everywhere is bound to feel the impact.
This new buying power has resulted in a class Negro market.
My question is though, this is why I hate to keep pausing it, but this is my question though. What black people did they get to participate in this type of fuckery? What type of did they inform these black people or get them like a disclaimer, like, yeah, we're gonna be using this for some racist material? Like, did they like give a disclaimer? Because these black people seem like too at ease in these clips, man.
A profitable, above-average income group.
They fucking washing cars. They spinning records. They shopping for clothes. These black people look very happy. Who signed the contract to get these black people in this commercial? This is what I want to know.
Of consumers.
But let's continue
For
on.
example, the nation's largest newspaper and magazine research organization, Daniel Starch and staff, reports these significant figures. More than 51% of the readers of Ebony magazine have a record player in their homes. Almost 64% own a television set. And almost 78% enjoy the convenience of an electric refrigerator. It is also a fact,
Wow.
and this is from the magazine The Food Field Reporter, that Negroes spend almost $3 billion a year for food alone.
Not
Per capita,
far-fetched.
They buy more
I'm not
cosmetics,
surprised.
drugs, and toiletries than anyone else in the country. And their children are better educated, too, because since 1930, enrollment in Negro colleges is up 2,500%. But really, to recognize the importance
HBUs are big business. Understand that. He said 1930. Bro, we're in 2022. Just imagine how much money these HBCUs made over the years, bro. Think about it. Black colleges is big business. Think about it. And then you want to start diving into who owned that college, who owned that building. Think about it. But let's continue on.
of this class Negro market, we must realize that something has been happening economically in our country. People are on the move. The population is shifting. The makeup of metropolitan populations today is different than it was just a few short years ago.
Look at one camera,
To give you a
nigga.
better idea of what we mean,
Look at the camera,
we set
nigga.
up several cameras.
The fuck is wrong with
candid
him? He ain't
cameras,
even looking at the
in a number
camera.
of shopping locations. Take a look at these shoppers. Notice what a large proportion of them are Negroes. What's the reason? It's simply this.
Research.
Negro families are moving into the cities where there are more job opportunities. Here they find occupations with more prestige and security, jobs that pay more money. As a result, Negro families today often make up the largest part of Central City consumer.
This was happening with amongst the Mexican community, amongst Espanol, Spanish, whatever you want to say. I don't want to be, sound racist or derogatory statements, but think about it. Us right here, this is what's been happening with Mexicans from, I'm gonna say, probably early 2000s up until now. I mean, I don't know how the West Coast look. I know the West Coast is a little different, but over here in the East Coast, I'm from Maryland. I'm from Baltimore. And what I seen a big kick up in Mexican people. Not to say that I have anything against Mexicans, because I don't salute them. I love y'all hustle, man. You some hardworking motherfuckers. For y'all to sit and have 13 people in one household, that is dedication, bro. I respect that shit. Salute. You know what I'm saying? But 1930s, bro. 1950s. This was the black rise right here to middle class right here. This is what's happening with Mexicans right now.
Prospects. A shoe store in Chicago's Loop, for example, reports that more than 50% of its customers are Negroes. In another case, a drugstore located at a transfer point in a non-Negro neighborhood finds that its Negro customers total 25%.
Wow.
The trend is plain. The new Negro families today.
Look how they break
are
this
moving
shit
into
down,
more
though. Look how they
populated
break
areas,
this shit down.
to the cities, where there are more stores, more buying opportunities. Since 1940, in San Francisco alone, the Negro market has increased by 89%.
Wow, look
In
at
Chicago,
San
by
Francisco.
81%. Houston, Texas, 45%. Philadelphia, 50%.
Rest in peace, Takeoff,
The
man.
impact of this new buying force is so tremendous that actually in 14 major United States markets, a product cannot be number
You see
one
Baltimore up there.
without Negro support.
Look at Baltimore up
Product
there.
must have the backing of this big new buying power to be a leader in the field. What do you have to sell? Chewing gum or cars? Toothpaste or transportation? Whatever it is, here are millions of prospects. And these prospects are everywhere. Negro customers can no longer be pigeonholed. They cannot be classified as prospects who trade only in certain stores, certain neighborhoods. Today, Negroes shop downtown. They shop in supermarts. They shop in small neighborhood stores. They'll buy from anyone who wants to sell to them. But we all know that before you can sell to customers, you've got...
Just listen to what the statement he just said. They will buy from anybody who will sell to them. Just think about the last 10 to 15 years. Just think about it. Go back in your mind. Think about the environment you've been in. Think about the stores you visited. Think about the last 10 to 15 years. Going off the statement of they will buy from anybody who will sell to them. We won't keep it moving. Let's go. Let's go.
Got to get to know them. You must understand something about them.
Matter of fact, let me run it back.
Understand, get to know. They shop in supermarkets. They shop in small neighborhood stores.
Let me run it back.
I'm gonna run it back. Who wants to sell to them? But we all know that before you can sell to customers, you've got to get to know them. You must understand something about them. What do the Negro customers buy?
Yo,
Why
how
do
did they get
buy?
these black people to do this?
How do you sell to them? Let's find out. Let's hear the opinion of men who have spent a lifetime studying the buying habits of customers the world over. Here is what sales psychologists
Study and research.
have to say about selling to the Negro.
The secret of selling to the Negro.
Look at this shit. Hold on. Hold on. Because this one of the major keys right here. This is a major key right here. What Khaled say? Key alert. I know that's old, but key alert. Watch this shit. This one of the this where the shit gets start to get deep. This where it gets into like the psychology. You know what I'm saying? This is why I like shit like this. This is why I watch documentaries. This is why I watch certain things. I like getting into the psychology of things. You know what I'm saying? The psychology of shit is what I like to get into. You know what I'm saying? Psychology. Why people are doing things. Why? But let's go. Let's get this on. This way it get deep at though.
The secret of selling to the Negro is expressed in one word. That word is recognition. Now, there's nothing unusual about that. People want to be recognized. They need recognition. That's basic in all of us. But perhaps because
true.
he's had so
That's
little
true.
of it, the Negro needs even more. He needs to feel important.
Oh, let me run that
and
back. Let
appreciated.
me run that back.
The Negro needs even...
Key alert.
People want to be recognized. People to the Negro is expressed in one word.
Key alert.
That word is recognition. Now, there's nothing unusual about that. People want to be recognized. They need recognition. That's basic in all of us. But perhaps because he's had so little of it, the Negro needs even more. He needs to feel important and appreciated. This need is a very real and important.
Key alert.
It shows up even in many of the Negro shopping
Key alert.
habits. Anyone who sells or wants to sell to the Negro customer should know about some of these habits. 3 habits in particular
Watch this.
play a big part in every sales transaction.
Watch this.
To begin with, most Negroes buy by brand. They ask for products by name. They're quick to turn down off-brands.
This is
Wonder why?
1954, bro.
Well, listen to what this customer is thinking.
Transfer to 2022. Going into 23.
Hat I bought just didn't hold up at all.
You see, for a long time, the Negro has been sold a lot of shoddy, second-class merchandise. So now he asks for name brands in order to make sure he gets his money's worth. Buying by brand, that's the first important Negro buying habit. Now for the second. The Negro buys good quality merchandise. Symbols of quality and prestige are very important to the Negro customer. This woman, for example, is buying fine crystalware. But she is also buying the admiration and approval of her friends and
My
relatives.
bad for the
Listen to her.
Hold on, my fault. We fucked up on audio, but I'm not going back re-recording none of this shit. We just gonna we gonna ride this motherfucker out. But the mic just fucking fell on the floor, so you might hear some badass audio on that. Sorry about that, but we gonna keep this shit fucking moving. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too many keys inside of this little 20-something, 21-minute clip. But this is the psychology. This is why I say, man, it be motherfuckers moving around you that you don't even understand. As a person that's in the hood, as a person that's in poverty, and a large percent of black people was in poverty throughout the years. So understand that they sit back and they study and they do research on you to learn how to manipulate you, to learn how to move you in the directions that they want you to move in. I want y'all to understand propaganda. I want y'all to understand why they do commercials. I want you to understand why they even invented TV, television programming. Yes. So this whole little clip is not even geared towards black people. It's about black people. And that's why I say, yo, how did they get these black people to participate in this? How? Like, how did they get these people to participate in this fuckery? To sit there and smile, to sit there and be laughing. They had to lie to these people, or they just grabbed footage from whatever they grabbed it from and chopped it up and meshed it together and made their own little whatever. But how the fuck did they get these black people to participate in this tomfoolery? Let's go.
Her thoughts.
My, isn't it beautiful?
This shit.
I can hardly wait to show it to Sally and Joan.
It's a well-known
If that ain't black
that
people.
many Negro customers are influenced by the opinions of others.
Oh my fucking
What their
goodness.
friends may think of a certain
Oh,
item
shit.
often decides whether or not the sale is made.
Oh
So
shit.
remember, the Negro buys quality merchandise. That's the second important point. And here's the third thing to remember.
Quality
when selling to a Negro
merchandise.
customer.
Fucking bills
When
ain't
he
paid.
specifically asks for one thing,
Look at this shit.
don't try to sell him something else. Don't try to switch him at the point of sale. If you do, he'll probably react something like this.
Doesn't he think I've got the money to pay for it?
I guarantee you it's some Indian dude, some fucking Chinese, Korean, Tokyo, Japanese dude fucking right now probably watching this shit and understanding how to sell to the Negro.
There's a
Let's
reason
go.
for this reaction.
Let's
Again,
go.
Because he's had experience with cheap merchandise, the Negro resents being offered a substitute. He wants to be sold on quality, not price. The
Balenciaga,
Negro buys by
Gucci,
brand. He buys
Prada,
quality.
Burberry,
And he doesn't like to be switched at point of sale.
Louis Vuitton,
These are the keys to selling the Negro customer. Another point.
Christian
The
Louboutin.
Negro family
Let's
does
go.
things together, as a group. The family works as a unit. It
Listen,
lives as a unit.
listen. You gotta know where you can't know where you going unless you know where you've been. Hey man, your history dictates your fucking present time. Now it doesn't predict your future because we don't know the future. The future doesn't exist. Only in your mind. That's another conversation. But listen, from 1954 to 2022, just make the comparison. Just make the comparison. I'm not saying anything. Just think on it. That's all. That's all we here to do is spark thought. That's all we here for is to spark thought. Spark it. Troops up. Stay high. Salute or die. You know what I'm talking about?
Unit. And it buys as a unit. When you sell to one member, you many times sell to all. It's also true that many places of entertainment are still closed to the Negro. So he spends more of his money for the things that are available to him, often for items that are considered luxuries. Another trait of the Negro market is the
We just
fact
want
that it is
wanted
a
to be white
pre-sold
people, I guess.
market. We know that the Negro buys by brand, and he buys the brands that he knows something about. Where does the Negro buyer get this information? We know that Negro customers are turning more and more to the publications that are tailored specifically to their needs.
You
that give them
can't
the
make
news
this
and
shit up.
information that they want to read about. Many leading businessmen and companies already know this. That's why so many of them are taking this direct, sure route of reaching the Negro customer. The vice president of advertising of the Gruen Watch Company, for example, says this.
In many important cities throughout the United States, Negroes are important customers of the credit jeweler. Therefore, it seemed that Ebony magazine would be a very important advertising medium for us. we would say it was very well received, and from our viewpoint, a very successful campaign.
From the Remington Rand Company comes this statement.
Our records show that advertising in ebony has been effective in many ways. As all good advertising should, it has built a terrific amount of goodwill and has brought a volume of sales and sales inquiries.
A representative of the Alaga Syrup Company makes this statement.
Because of Alaga's regard.
First of all, look at this shit. Alaga. What that say? Pure cane, corn, and sugar. Syrup. Black people love that sweet shit. All that sugar, them diabetes.
Regard for the influence of ebony in the Negro market.
Look at that. Pancake, waffle. They know how to sell some sugar to niggas. Hey, sell that sugar to them niggas. How fucking fructose corn syrup. Corn syrup. Listen, bro. And people wonder why that fucking diabetes and fucking high blood pressure run rampant in the black community. What the fuck?
Advertising space was doubled. Alaga's long experience in selling to Negroes
we don't
now
own
takes the most
shit.
direct route to its best customers,
Black people.
reaching Ebony's 2.5 million audience in every issue.
Wow.
And here are the
Hold
statements
on. Run
of
that
still
back,
other
bro.
business
Run that
leaders.
back. Run
Alaga's
that
long
back.
and sales inquiries.
A representative of the Alaga Syrup Company makes this statement.
Because of Alaga's regard for the influence of ebony in the Negro market, advertising space was doubled. Alaga's long experience in selling to Negroes now takes the most direct route to its best customers, reaching Ebony's 2.5 million audience in every issue.
And here are the statements of still other business leaders.
Yes, many business leaders are discovering the most direct and most efficient way of reaching the new Negro market. Look here at the results of the same advertisement in two different publications.
Hey, them boys hustling, man. Them boys was hustling. Them boys been hustling since motherfucking Jim Crow. Them boys been hustling since slavery. Look at this shit. This is Ebony Magazine. You feel what I'm saying? You would think if it was Ebony Magazine, you would think that a black person would own Ebony Magazine, right? Ebony. You would think it. You would think it. It would, hey man, you would think a chick named Ebony would own Ebony Magazine, right? No. 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 This is how they get you. It's propaganda, bro. It's propaganda.
Ebony and another general magazine. You can see that proportionately, more men and women read the ad in Ebony than the one in the other magazine. And they did a better job of remembering it, too. A greater percentage of readers noted, associated, and remembered the ad.
My dog just
in
walked
Ebony.
in.
But now, wait a minute.
My dog
If
just
the
walked in.
Negro market is so big and easy to reach, why aren't more companies going out after it? Well, often because of the feeling that there's something entirely different, unusual about selling to the Negro. But is it really so?
People fear the unknown. This is why you get that awkward shit from white people sometimes. You see that awkward interaction where it's like they want to talk to you, but they kind of intimidated by you a little bit. It's like this is where the awkwardness come in at.
So different? What do salesmen say?
Because it's the fear of the unknown. They don't know. All they know is white guilt. Black people been slavery, and I don't know if I'm going to be looked at as a racist. So yeah, this is the white awkwardness that you get when you're interacting with white people, in my opinion.
The successful salesmen who do a good job of selling in Negro communities. How do you go about getting the order?
How do I get the order? Well, to tell you the truth, I don't do anything. Anything different, that is. I've been calling on these accounts long enough to know that the Negro just wants to be treated like everybody else.
That's true.
No matter who you're calling on.
That's true.
A little friendliness and courtesy help a lot.
You just want equal opportunities.
Anybody resents being
We
patronized.
just want
talked
equal
down to.
Yes.
So I usually call a man Mr. Brown, Mr. Smith, or Mr. whatever his name is, until he tells me to call him by his first name.
Slick Sly,
And of course,
motherfucker.
I always stick to business. I stay away from talk about race or religion or politics. That goes for talk about Negro celebrities, too. You know, this business about what...
White rice. Keep it simple. Stay in the middle. White rice. You gotta keep it white rice. You gotta keep it plain, man. You cannot come in as a salesman talking anything about politics, religion, or black or celebrities. None of that. You can't do that. Slick little finessing motherfucking white boy right there.
Good prize fighter.
Yo, hey yo, y'all see Aunt Jemima on the fucking hey yo, y'all see the slave? Y'all see the slave on the front of the pancake box? This Aunt Jemima right here, 1930s. They've been making money off slaves forever. We ain't even in slavery and still making money off slaves. Aunt Jemima right there. And then look at this fucking George Washington slave owner, plantation ozner. This is you eat this right now. Right now you eating oats. Right now with a racist ass plantation owner on the front of it with a wig on. This is what you right now. Right now. This is what you buying. You sitting there eating oatmeal and fucking Aunt Jemima pancakes. Let's go.
And singers the Negroes are. Who cares? When a guy's in business, no matter what color his skin is, he's interested in making a living.
Yes,
making
sir. Money.
That's uppermost in his mind. I guess maybe what I'm saying is that
I want to feed my
try to
kids.
help
I just
any
want
way
to feed
I
my
can.
kids.
Sometimes with displays or ad materials or an idea once in a while.
Look, he don't
The
even
important
care.
thing is
He don't give a
if
fuck.
it helps push sales for the dealer,
Exactly.
it helps push them for me, too.
And he don't give a fuck. That nigga's, he ain't got that white slave master on the front of that, man. And he said, yeah, man, give me a load. Give me 2 loads of them motherfuckers. I'm going to sell these oats. Look at this shit, man. Old fucking George Jefferson, George Washington. What is, man? Come on now. Just think about them time frames. You cannot tell me that the dude on the front of the oatmeal box, so Quaker Oats, you cannot tell me he was not a slave owner. It was black slave owners, but that's another conversation. But I don't care. This is a slave owner, and you putting him in a black establishment. It's not cool. Let's go.
Handle the Negro account just like any of your others. Don't patronize. Stick to business. Get interested in the account. Pitch in and help any way you can. Sounds like pretty good sales advice. That's the
White
secret
rice.
of selling the Negro.
Keep it plain.
Well, how about it? What do you think of this new market? It can open new outlets for you and for everybody who sells goods or services. It's still possible to get in on the ground floor when this market is just beginning to grow and to expand.
Man, what is up with this
The
dude?
facts and the figures
This
that we
dude
see
weird.
here are just a small sample of what they promise to be next year and the years after that. Yes, here are men and women with money to spend,
This
and they
dude
spend
weird.
it for exactly the same thing.
And yo, it ain't lying yo up right. Look at your mustache. The fuck is it going on? This nigga look like Borak. Fucking Borak out this motherfucker.
As you and I and everyone else. They buy almost every type of product and service that you have to offer.
I guarantee you that guy's Jewish, probably. He's Jewish, yo. He's Jewish or he's a German. One of them. But he looked more Jewish than
Be
anything.
reached like everyone else through publications that appeal to their interests and desires, that deliver the kind of loyal readership that can be proved both in surveys and in down-to-earth sales. Here is a ready-made market waiting to be asked to buy.
Yo, how did they get these black people to do this?
Here are millions of customers for what you have to sell. Customers with $15 billion to spend.
$15 billion to spend. My guy, this was in 1954. They did these studies in the 1950s, bro. In the 1950s, right? We had, as a black culture, as hood culture, whatever you want to label it, excuse me, we had $15 billion to spend as black culture. Keep that in mind, bro. Yeah, I think that's the end. That's the end of it right there. But yeah, bro, like that was just some. I had caught that little snippet or that little segment. I had caught that like a I don't know. This was probably like maybe like 3, 4, 5, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I had just caught. I be on YouTube a lot. I just be on the internet a lot, Googling shit, just watching things, and that was just a little clip that I had caught, and I was like, wow, yo, like these people really make up like actual plans to sell. You see what I'm saying? And if you really compare it, like, yo, look at the Mexicans now, and like I don't want to keep harping on that, but like we just keep this stuff in perspective and keep it in and keep an insight on it. Just keep an eye on it. We were the Mexicans. What Mexicans doing now, and the reason why I really salute them, because they are some hard-working people, bro. They will live 20 people in a house, bro. And I'm not trying to be funny, like, because I mean, hey, they sacrifice. Like, I mean, I'm saluting this shit. They sacrifice. So I don't want anybody who's Mexican or Puerto Rican or anything that's Espanol or Spanish or any of that. I don't want y'all getting offended. I salute y'all. Y'all some hardworking motherfuckers. And hey, work ethic is a thing that I'm big on. Work ethic. But just keep that in hindsight, because if you look at the mid 90s up into the 2000s, I mean, the Mexicans was making they strive to become middle class. We was doing that back in 1950s, 30s, 40s, all up in those time frames, the 20s. We was fighting for it, right? But that's just crazy to see, man, that they actually do studies on us. It's study and research. And people think that commercials is just commercials just cause. Nah, bro, it's targeted. They've been doing this since forever. So y'all think that these new things on, social media, where people are doing a little paid ads and they paid campaigns and they doing like, I want to target people with between 13 and 31, demographic black. We think that's new. It's not. They've been doing this since TV was invented, since magazines, since newspapers was invented. They've been using propaganda to manipulate the public since World War I and probably before then. Because they use, even in with Disney characters, people don't understand that Disney characters was originally used for propaganda for war. They wanted to get the people behind it, right? This is where we at right now, bro. Like this is where we're at as a result of the tactics that they've been using forever. So fast forward into the 2000s or even the 90s, watch how black people shop. Black people buy and shop by name brand. If it ain't name brand, they don't want to buy it. 9 times out of 10, they don't want to buy it. Right? They go for we go for the most expensive shit. We go for the status symbol. Because what that represents, it represents, yo, I got money. And at the same time, it's like I feel like now it's just the stunt on flex on motherfuckers. But I feel like back then, the reason why I feel like a lot of black people probably participated in trying to strive for the most expensive shit is because it was like, well, fuck you, white boy, or fuck you, white lady. I can buy that shit too. I think that was the attitude of that breed of black back in the day, was like, yo, y'all not about to keep telling me I can't afford this. So it's like, let me flex on a white man, or let me flex on a white lady. And be a rebel and be like, yeah, I got money too. I can do this too. So, but now I think it's like, yo, we do that shit to flex on each other. Walk on the block, you sit there and you flex on each other. Oh, what the fuck that was? Might be some type of notification somewhere. Yeah, notification. Facebook. But yeah, like they've been using propaganda, bro, like to manipulate the buyer since whatever. But see, back then they realized the type of buying power that we had. So listen, fast forward until, and I don't want to go into this too deep. Shout out to the George Floyd family. Shout out to them. But just pay attention to after that happened. Watch how many companies started getting down with black people and black culture. Watch, because they understand boycott. See, $15 billion in 1954, bro. So just imagine where that money is at right now. Imagine how much buying power in the black culture that we have now. If they had $15 billion in the 1950s, bro, to spend. If us as black people had $15 billion to spend in 1950s, imagine how much we got to spend in 2022. Yeah, I know the dollar has kind of depleted a little bit, but just think about it. In the last 20 years, think about how much buying power that we had as a black culture. So, like I said, fast forward into the George Floyd situation. Did you peep after that? How many companies started doing commercials with black people in them? How many companies started using hip hop and rap music to promote their products and their services? Pay attention, bro. They're not stupid. We the gullible ones because we don't understand what the hell is going on around us. You see what I'm saying? They understand how much money we have to spend. They understand that we're just trying to prove to somebody that we are somebody. And they use that and they manipulate that and they play off of that to sell shit to us. So think about Nike, think about Adidas, think about Louis, think about all of the designer brands that we partake in spending money with. Think about it. Just think about it. That was 1950s, bro. That was the 1950s. But yeah, man, I just wanted to hop on here real quick, man, and just give y'all like, give you some insight, give you some perspective on just basically how they view us, how corporations view black culture, and how they sell to us, how they really sit and they study us, how they really sit around tables and say and use tactics and come up with new tactics on how to sell products to us. And us being the gullible people that we are, we go right back to buying from them. We'll sit there and rally up. Yo, I'm protesting. Yo, I'm doing this. Yada, yada, yada. I'm not buying them. And then what? We right back buying it. They know that for a fact. They know we going to spin the bin every time. They know we going to come right back around. We can go ahead and protest and yell and show signs. And we can do that all we want to. But those corporations know that psychologically, it's something in us that makes us still want to go buy that Louis. You saw Boosie when people were in a pandemic. When all of that stuff with George Floyd and all that stuff and the Gucci stuff happened with the black boy on the front and the monkey and all of this other stuff they was doing. Well, we took 3 weeks off, 4 weeks off of buying Gucci and name brand designer brands. We took a couple weeks off and we was right back buying that shit. Why? Because we want to feel like somebody. Psychologically, we want to be somebody. We want other people to look at us like we somebody. So think about in our culture how much we focus on clothing, shoes, shirts, pants, hats, jewelry. Think about it. Think about that shit. Because we think in our mind that if we buy those type of brands and we spend that type of money, that we are somebody, because we always looked up to white people, white culture. Because why? Because how we started off in this country. We started off at the bottom of the bottom, at the fucking bottom of the very bottom of the totem pole. So once you get a little opportunity, once you get a little, chance to spread your wings a little bit, us as black people, what we gonna do? We gonna go spend that money. Tax season rolling around, we getting lump sums of money. What black people go do? What black people go do? We buying cars, we buying jewelry, we buying bags and designer clothes. What are we doing with the bread? They know that. We don't. They understand it, and they make billions off us every year, bro. Every year. Every year. It's like damn near now, it's like, yo, it feel like they do racist stuff in the media and promote racism on purpose to make us go and do certain things. To further build their brand. Because they know for a fact, yeah, we gonna rally up, we gonna act stupid, we gonna break into some things, and then we right back at it. Then we right back purchasing from them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like I said, I just wanted to come on here with just a little bit of small dose of some raw therapy, you know, some raw truth, and just to get perspective and insight, man. See, because I notice like a lot of people don't view shit the way that I view it. And I'm not saying that I'll be completely right. I just want to watch this type of shit with y'all, and then from there we can have a conversation afterwards. But the psychological part of this shit, you have to see. They use commercials, they use propaganda, they use TV. This is the reason TV was even invented. Think about it. Television programming. They're programming you to think a certain way. They're programming you to move a certain way. So I'm going to use these colors. I'm going to use these signs. People don't understand, even down to colors, bro. They use colors to even to kind of, you know, provoke certain feelings in you. Red, greens, blues. You know, it's reasons why they use these colors. Just pay attention to fast food shops and the color schemes they use. Pay attention to, you know, markets, grocery stores. Pay attention to certain companies and why, and look at the color scheming. Just watch the color scheming. But that's a whole different type of conversations that I'll probably be uploading some content, just diving more into the, like, you know, why certain companies use certain colors, you know what I mean? Or whatever the case. Excuse me. But like I said, man, I just wanted to hop on here, man, just to kind of offer some perspective, offer some insight, you know, and kind of put y'all on game of how, you know, corporate America, the corporate world views blacks and our culture. But they forever going to try to sell us shit. That's why a lot of the times I kind of don't like when I see, you know, certain organizations making certain deals. I'm like, man, you should have reserved that, should have kept it inside of the culture and grew it from there. But, you know, just another motherfucking quick little, not even quick, because I think we about to go into like an hour almost. Oh, shit. But yeah, man, make sure y'all stay tuned. Raw Therapy with A. I'm always give y'all a raw dose of some fucking reality out here, because right now we're living in a fucking delusion, a delusional ass fucking world. A lot of people just doing some fake ass shit. A lot of people moving around like Disney characters out this motherfucker. So I just wanted to come on here, like I said, just offer a fucking dose of some reality, a dose of some fucking truth, because it's too much of this bullshit going on social media right now, and a lot of this shit is just irritating me. But yeah, make sure y'all stay tuned. Raw Therapy with A. Troops up, salute or die, stay high, fly straight. Bang! And make sure y'all going to that website too. shophighrepublic.com. Make sure y'all going in there checking out some of the merch, the hoodies, the hats, the socks, the boxers. Got a lot of stuff going on there. But make sure y'all keep up with me. Stay tuned. Once again, troops up, salute or die, stay high, fly straight. You know what I'm talking about? Bang!